Admiral Helena Chen stood motionless on the bridge of the EFS Retribution, her weathered face illuminated by the tactical displays showing the Galactic Council's Central Space Station Harmony Nexus. A magnificent structure of crystalline spires and gleaming alloys that served as the seat of interstellar governance for over 700 years. Today, those spires would tremble. "All ships report ready, Admiral," her XO Commander Jackson announced. "The fleet is in position and awaiting your order." Helena nodded, her eyes never leaving the display. Behind her, the bridge crew worked in focused silence, each aware of the gravity of what they were about to do. The culmination of 15 years of planning, building, and waiting. 15 years since the betrayal. Humanity had been welcomed into the Galactic Council with great fanfare just 23 years ago. As a newly spacefaring civilization that had overcome devastating wars and environmental catastrophes to unite their world and reach for the stars, humans were celebrated as an inspiring success story. The Council, comprised of 17 advanced species, offered humanity knowledge, technology, and protection in exchange for cultural exchange and limited resource contributions. For 8 years, the arrangement flourished. Human colonies expanded to 12 systems. Earth's standard of living soared. Interspecies cultural collaborations resulted in remarkable artistic and scientific achievements. Many humans served throughout Council institutions, eager to learn and contribute. Then came the Vraxian incursion. The Vraxians, massive silicon-based lifeforms from beyond the galactic rim, appeared without warning at the edges of Council space. Their intentions were immediately clear: conquest and consumption. 3 outer systems fell within weeks, their populations harvested for the mysterious resources the Vraxians extracted from sentient organic matter. The Council convened emergency sessions. Defense fleets were mobilized. Evacuation protocols were initiated for vulnerable systems. Humanity offered its limited but growing naval forces to assist. What humans didn't know, couldn't have known, was that the Council's Executive Committee had already made their decision. Their predictive algorithms, quantum probability engines, and ancient wisdom all pointed to one inevitable conclusion: appeasement was the only viable strategy. Helena still remembered the day the news reached Earth. She had been a captain then, commanding the EFS Intrepid on patrol near the Proxima colony. The orders had been simple and devastating. All human forces were to withdraw from the Epsilon sector immediately. No explanation, no discussion. Only later did they learn the truth. The Galactic Council had struck a deal with the Vraxians, regular tributes of specific systems in exchange for the safety of core Council worlds, and humanity's colonies in the Epsilon sector, all 4 of them, with a combined population of 17 million souls, were the first payment. The Council had disabled the human defense systems from within. They had provided the Vraxians with detailed information about human physiology. They had blocked evacuation routes, all while assuring Earth's representatives that diplomatic negotiations were progressing. By the time the deception was discovered, Epsilon was lost. 17 million humans harvested. The betrayal complete. Earth's immediate demands for explanation were met with platitudes about necessary sacrifices and statistical optimizations for species survival. When human representatives threatened withdrawal from the Council, they were politely reminded that Earth remained vulnerable, isolated, and technologically outmatched. The message was clear: accept your losses. Be grateful it wasn't worse. The Council had expected compliance, resignation, perhaps some diplomatic protest that would fade with time. What they didn't account for was humanity's capacity for patient, focused rage. Earth officially accepted the Council's explanation. Human representatives continued to attend proceedings, voice moderate concerns, and participate in committees. Meanwhile, behind Neptune's orbit, hidden from Council observation networks, humanity built. Ships unlike any the Council races had conceived. Not elegant or efficient by alien standards, but brutally effective. Designed not for harmonious coexistence with the cosmos, but to tear reality itself apart if necessary. Humans adapted and weaponized Council technology in ways its creators had never imagined possible, or perhaps had simply considered too barbaric to contemplate. And now, 15 years later, the human fleet had arrived. "Open a channel to Harmony Nexus," Admiral Chen ordered. "All frequencies, all languages." The communications officer nodded. "Channel open, Admiral." Helena straightened her uniform and looked directly into the transmitter. "Attention, Galactic Council. This is Admiral Helena Chen of the Earth Fleet. 15 years ago, you sacrificed 17 million humans to save yourselves. You betrayed allies who trusted you. You fed our children to monsters rather than stand and fight." She paused, letting the words settle. "Your mistake wasn't just moral, but mathematical. You calculated that humans would accept loss and subjugation over conflict. You failed to understand that we've spent our entire evolutionary history fighting against extinction. We don't fear struggle, we are forged by it." On the tactical display, she could see Council defense platforms activating, elegant energy shields shimmering to life around the station. Too little, too late. We do not come seeking indiscriminate slaughter. Our quarrel is not with the member species who were kept ignorant of the Executive Committee's decision. Our demand is simple: the immediate surrender and transfer of the 7 Council members who authorized the Epsilon sacrifice. The response was immediate. A Council spokesperson, a willowy Altarian with opalescent skin, appeared on screen. "Admiral Chen, please reconsider this aggressive action. The Council Defense Fleet has been alerted and is en route. This confrontation serves no constructive—" "Your defense fleet has already been neutralized," Helena interrupted. "Check your long-range sensors. You'll find they encountered our second battle group 30 minutes ago." The Altarian's eyes widened as reports evidently confirmed this claim. Furthermore, Helena continued, "We've launched infiltration teams to every member homeworld. Should our demands be ignored, we are prepared to execute simultaneous strikes against each Council species' centers of governance." This wasn't entirely true. Humanity had infiltrated 4 worlds, not all 17, but Helena's intelligence suggested the Council still underestimated human capabilities. "Let them believe the worst. You have 1 hour to comply. After that, we demonstrate our resolve on Harmony Nexus itself." The transmission cut. Helena turned to her XO. "Status of infiltration teams? Teams Alpha through Delta Report Green, Admiral. In position and awaiting orders." Helena nodded and moved to the viewport, gazing at the gleaming station. The Council had believed humans too weak to fight, too disorganized to plan, too short-lived to hold a grudge. They had applied their algorithms and concluded that sacrificing human colonies was the optimal solution. But algorithms couldn't quantify human determination. They couldn't calculate the force multiplier of justified vengeance. 53 minutes later, a Council shuttle departed Harmony Nexus. Aboard were all 7 members of the Executive Committee who had authorized the Epsilon sacrifice. The Galactic Council had capitulated without a single shot fired. The aftermath would reshape galactic politics for centuries. The Council was reformed, its charter rewritten to forbid sacrificing member worlds without unanimous consent. The Vraxians, upon learning that their arrangement had been nullified, retreated rather than face a united front. The humans, once viewed as diplomatic curiosities, were now recognized and feared as a species that would go to any length to protect their own. Admiral Chen stood before the new Galactic Assembly 6 months later, representing Earth during the signing of the Epsilon Accords. As she looked around at the representatives of 17 advanced civilizations, all now treating humanity with cautious respect rather than condescension. She reflected on the lesson they had learned. The Galactic Council had betrayed humanity and paid the price when their fleet arrived, not through destruction, but through the most painful punishment possible for beings who had deemed themselves superior, humiliation, and the recognition that they had catastrophically misjudged their victims. The humans who had been sacrificed could never be brought back, but their legacy would ensure such a betrayal would never happen again.